Hi there! VideoGaming Father is here with a video review of puzzle platformer inspired by Japanese graphics adventures called Evans Remains. Is there a complex and catching story that will drag you in and won't let you leave reading it until it's over? Are there deep characters whose destiny will be taken care of? Can these two relatively very different genres coexist together? Will you be playing more or rather watching? Isn't the difficulty level set too high, or on the contrary, isn't the game too casual? Will you find their good level design and variable environment? Are there any original features enhancing the gameplay? Is the game suitable for family playing? If you spend the next few minutes by watching my Evans Remains video review, I can promise you that these questions will not remain unanswered. In most of the puzzle platformers, the story doesn't take a big part. It is usually there to somehow explain your effort to get through the dangerous environment and solve all these mysterious puzzles on your way through. When it comes to Evans Remains, it's not so easy. After all, it should be mixed with Japanese graphics adventures, aka visual novels, that are usually based on reading tons of text with minimum interaction during the play. So, the story. Even from the name of the game is a genius boy who has been missing for years. One day a letter signed by him is received claiming he's on an uninhabited island somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Nobody knows why, but he asked specifically for a girl named Dices to go and look for him. And it's up to the player to take control of this girl, who we don't know much about. As you follow Dices' adventure, questions will start to be answered little by little. All of the little puzzle pieces which seemed unrelated in the beginning will now begin to slowly fit together as the truth is slowly revealed. As in most of the Japanese games, or the games heavily inspired by them, the story is multi-layered and following it's essential for getting the full game experience. In Evans Remains is mysterious and sometimes even disturbing. There are only few characters in the game, but especially the Dices' character makes you to take care of and wonder what events and twists her destiny will bring to her. I do not want to spoil much here, but if you are looking for the story, while almost nothing is as it looks on the first sight, you are on the right address here. The story here is really a big and essential part of the game, and is definitely worth watching to enjoy the game as a whole and to understand what you are doing and why. Even though sometimes you will be pretty puzzled not by the game puzzles, but by the story itself. What else will you be doing in Evans Remains than watching the story? When you are not reading the story part, mainly consisting of dialogues between the main characters, Evans Remains is testing your brain cells by puzzle platform. The puzzle design is relatively simple. Each puzzle consists of a wall with platforms, a monolith, and your task is to find your way to the top of it to get over a pillar blocking the path further. The puzzles are based on the following mechanics. Each platform disappears after you jump off it. There are switches that change the state of each platform, either making it visible or invisible when you jump on them. It's a rather simple idea, but provides relatively much space for creative puzzles. For example, there are two platforms, one above another, but one of them is visible and another one is not. But you need to make both of them visible so you can use them to get over the pillar. So you need to find the right combination of jumping and switching to achieve it. As the game progresses, a few new mechanics are introduced, such as teleporting blocks, platforms that can make you jump to the same height as you have jumped onto them from, and platforms that move either horizontally or vertically every time when you activate the switching platform of the same color. Authors are adding new elements to the puzzles gradually, making them more complex, and thanks to this I think that you will not get bored of them anytime soon. Maybe it's their apparent simplicity that makes you try one more puzzle before going to sleep, and then you find out that 20 or 30 minutes passed in the later stages. How about the game difficulty and controls? Events Remains is rather about relaxing gameplay. There are no enemies, no traps, and also no time limit that would make the game stressful and full of adrenaline. It will test your brain cells, but other parts of your body can be relaxed, as you have all the time you needed to solve the puzzles and nothing is disturbing you while doing so. Okay, maybe except the upset wife and hungry kids if you spend too much time playing. The difficulty of puzzles is gradual, and puzzles themselves can tease your brain sometimes, but it's nothing that would make you desperately look for the walkthrough on YouTube. Controls are responsive and very simple. You just need to know how to move and jump. That's it. Will you be also pleased by the game audiovisuals? Events Remains is presented in pixel art graphics but in a good way. Despite its simplicity, the graphics are smooth and detailed enough and have some nice effects and animations like lights, flowing water, and fluttering hair of the main hero. You will not hear too many sounds while playing, just a few generic ones. And it's a shame that there is no dubbing for main game characters, as it would definitely make the game more atmospheric. Music, on the other hand, is nice and relaxing in the style of good old games from the 16-bit era. Events Remains the game that is worth investing your money and time in. One can find many positives there. Mysterious complex story, relaxing gameplay, puzzle design, gradual learning curve, responsive controls, beautiful graphics and nice music. There are also a few negatives that I have found while playing. The puzzles become quite repetitive sooner or later due to simplicity of their design. The adventure lovers might not like frequent puzzle platforming sequences and vice versa. Hard to follow for children and absence of dubbing. There is no other game mode except the story, which makes the game not too suitable for family play. It is rather designed for fellow gaming fathers themselves to relax after a hard day. Events Remains cost 5.7 euros on Steam, which is a reasonable price for what the game offers. If you are looking for a pure adventure or puzzle platformer, better look somewhere else. But if you would like to try a puzzle platformer with a strong story, you are on the right address here. I personally have enjoyed playing Events Remains, and I'm therefore giving it thumb up and VideoGaming Father's index 7+ out of 10. Recommended. Thank you for your time spent with my Events Remains video review, and if you have liked it, please give it thumb up, and also do not forget to subscribe to my VideoGaming Father's channel. See ya!